Namaste everyone and a very warm welcome to all of you in this beautiful workshop on karmic cord cutting. Today is an introductory session where I will explain the concept of karmic cord cutting. To understand this phrase, let us understand the three words which make this phrase: karmic, cord and cutting. Let us bring our attention to the first word, which is karmic. Karmic is closely related to the word karma. So to understand what is karmic cord cutting, we first have to understand what is karma. Now, the literal meaning of the word karma is to take an action, is to do an action. To do an action means to do a karma. For example, if I take an action of feeding a hungry person, then through this action, I am creating a good karma. When I am feeding the hungry person is probably feeling happy and loved. So I am creating a positive, a loving, a good karmic connection with this person through my action. Now, on the other hand, if I steal something from someone, then through this action, I am creating a negative karma. Because when I'm stealing something from someone, I'm invoking feelings and emotions of loss, pain, and sadness in this person. So that is why through this action, the karmic cord, the karmic connection which I'm building with this person is a negative one. So this is something which all of us know, right? That through our actions, we can create karma. But if we go deep into the theory of karma, if we read the scriptures and all the Vedic wisdom which is there about karma, we understand that there are total of 4 ways of creating karma. So today I am going to discuss each of these 4 ways of creating karma so we can understand karma better. So the first way is, I've already explained, the first way is that we can create karmas through our actions. If our actions are such that through our actions we are spreading love, we are spreading joy, we are spreading peace, then we are creating positive karma, we are creating positive karmic connections. And if our actions are such through which we are spreading misery, hatred, sadness, then we are creating negative karmic connections, we are creating negative karma. So that is the first way of creating karma. The second way through which we can create karma is through our words. Our words are very, very powerful. They have the power of creating karmas and karmic connections. You know, we often say that what is the spelling of this word? So we use the word spellings for the words which we speak. Spellings, right? Because the words which we speak are no less than spells. Whenever we are speaking, it is almost as if we are casting a spell. It is that powerful. That is why we are always told that we should always be very careful and very aware of the words which we speak, whether to others or the words which we speak to ourselves. Because they are spellings, they are spells, right? They have the power to create karma. See, if I have to hurt another person, then I don't necessarily have to take an action and go and hit him with a stick. I can also hurt another person through my words. If I am saying words which are damaging, which are mean and which are negative, then I can hurt another person through my words too. In fact, if right now I start speaking negative words, then I'm also going to sort of affect the aura of this place. Through my negative words, the aura of this place will also get negatively affected. And if I am saying negative words, bad words, mean words to another person and hurting that person, then I'm also creating a negative karmic connection, negative karmic cords with that person. So we have to remember that we can create karma through words also. Now, I want you all to remember a time when you were having a very heated argument with someone. So you are saying bad words, they are saying bad words, and you are saying angry words. What happens after this? We feel so drained out, right? We feel as if all our energy is drained away. So we never feel good after a fight when we have used bad words. Why is this so? Because when we use bad words, we create such karmic cords which are energy sucking, which are energy draining. They weigh us down, they suck our energy, and therefore we feel so exhausted after creating these type of karmic cords. But on the other hand, if we speak words which are loving for others, if they are soothing, or even if we hear words which are soothing, which are calming, which make us happy, which make us feel loved, then we feel so good, we feel energized. Why? Because through those positive words, we are building positive karmic cords which are enriching us and uplifting us with energy. They are not weighing us down, they are uplifting us. So the choice is ours, whether we want to make cords which are energy draining, which are going to suck energy from us, or we want to make karmic cords which are loving and which will uplift us. Okay, so that is the second way. Through our actions is the first. We can create karmas with our actions. Secondly, we can create karmas with our words. Thirdly, we can also create karmas and karmic connections and karmic cords with our thoughts. Thoughts are very, very important, and thoughts are very, very powerful. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Supposing I have a boss, and this boss of mine is always very, very mean to me. He is very unfair to me. I have always been obedient, I have always been loving, and I have been dutifully doing all my duties. But I don't know, for some reason, this boss of mine is always very unfair towards me. And so this is making me really sad, really miserable, and really angry. But because he's my boss, I cannot take any actions against him. I cannot even say any words against him. So now what do? My thought patterns start to become very, very, I continuously start thinking thoughts that this boss is so mean, this boss is so bad, he's just the worst person ever, he's causing me so much trauma, so much misery, so much sadness. I also start thinking that I just hope that he also, learns his lesson. Someone else also should be unfair to him, so he also understands that how bad it feels when other people are unfair to you. So I start thinking all these thoughts. Now, what is happening when I'm thinking these thoughts? As soon as I keep thinking these thoughts, he's bad, life should also teach him a lesson. May, God, please give me an opportunity so that I can also hurt him. I can teach him a lesson. I can show him, or he's bad. These type of thoughts, when I'm thinking, I am making cords. I am creating karmic cords, negative karmic connections, and very strong negative karmic connections. So what will happen as a result of these karmic cords? I am entangling myself with this person. So what will happen? Birth after birth after birth, I am going to hurt him, he is going to hurt me. I will hurt him, he will hurt me. I will hurt him, he will hurt me. We will be stuck in this karmic cord. And who is creating these karmic cords? I am creating the karmic cords, because I'm constantly thinking this person is bad, this person should, he should also be treated this way, he is very mean. I'm constantly, through my thoughts, I'm building these cords which are in a way tying me to this person and causing me hurt, because he will hurt me, I will hurt him, he will hurt me, I will hurt him. So someone has to break these cords. That is what we learn in this workshop. That is what we do in the practice of karmic cord cutting. We break cords with those things and those people who are no longer serving our higher good. So we cut the ties, we cut the cords so that we can heal and we can put an end to our misery. Now, one thing I want to make clear right now over here is that karmic cord cutting is a process which is done out of love. It is done out of compassion. It is done out of empathy. It is done out of understanding. It is not done out of hatred. Okay, so it is not as if that oh my god, I hate you so much, I'm going to cut all ties, I'm going to cut all cords, I don't want to see your face again. No, this is not what karmic cord cutting is all about. Karmic cord cutting is born out of love. You have to remember this. This is the most important thing of this entire workshop. That you can cut karmic cords in the true sense only if you're very loving and you're very aware. So, what do we have to be aware of? We have to be aware of the fact that in this lifetime of mine, I've had various experiences, and not just in this lifetime, but in all the previous lives which I have lived. I have had various experiences and have had various learnings through which I have gathered various sanskars, various values, various types of thought process. Similarly, my boss, this other soul, has had different experiences in his life and in his previous lives. He has had different learnings because of which his thoughts are different, his values are different. So my values and his values are different, and for some reason we are not matching and we are causing each other misery. So that is why with this awareness, we just cut the cord with very lovingly. We cut the cords because we understand that we are different and this person is different, and we don't want to cause misery to the other person, and we also don't want to be miserable. That is why we peacefully and lovingly cut the cords, so that when we are cutting the cord, we are erasing all the anger, we are erasing all the hatred, we are erasing all the sadness, and we become strong. We cut the cord so that we are no longer affected by what he does. This is the meaning of cord cutting, and it is born out of love. Okay. Now, another thing which I want to make clear right now is that we don't do cord cutting necessarily with people with whom we want to distance ourselves. It is not necessary that we will do cord cutting only with those people with whom we want to maintain a distance. We also do cord cutting with those people with whom we are living, with whom we are having a family. So we also do cord cutting with our parents or with our friends, with our loved ones, with our partners. Because when we are doing cord cutting, it is not as if we are cutting the relationship. It just means that whatever bitterness is there in the relationship, whatever negativity is there in the relationship, we are cutting that cord. Let me explain this to you with the help of an example. Supposing I am having a fight with my sister. We stay together, and for some reason, since the last week, I'm continuously having a lot of fights with my sister. And while I'm having the fight, I speak certain words which are harsh, which are negative, and I also have thoughts like, she is very selfish, she always does this, why do only I have to suffer? So in my thoughts also, I'm constantly cursing her when we are having the fight. So this fight is leaving some bitterness in our relationship, in my equation with my sister. So that is why I do cord cutting. So cord cutting is also done with people whom we love, and it does not mean that we cut them and we separate them from our lives. It just means that whatever negativity has been there in the relationship, we are just healing it. So karmic cord cutting is actually a healing modality. It is relationship healing, right? So that is the second thing which you have to remember. The first thing was that karmic cord cutting is born out of lot of love, compassion and empathy. Okay? It is not born out of hate. And the second thing which you have to remember is that we also do cord cutting with people whom we love. We do relationship healing. We cut the cords of any negative emotions, negative memories, negative things which are there in our relationship. Now, the third thing which you have to remember about cord cutting is that we also do cord cutting with our own traumas, with our own pains, with our own fears. For example, let us again take an example. Supposing in the past, I have had a friend who has hurt me, who has broken my trust. Okay, I used to be very trusting, but for some reason he just broke my trust and I was left heartbroken. Now, even though now I'm an adult, but I still have that this incident has had an impact on my psyche, and I still have this fear, And even though I'm an adult now, I still can't trust people easily. And this thing from the past is affecting my current relationships, because people around me think that they have to constantly prove themselves. They think that why am I always doubting them, right? So this thing is this cord, this karmic cord which I have with my own memory, with my own trauma, with my own fear, is not letting me grow. So here also cord cutting will be helpful. We can cut cords with all of our fears, traumas and pains. So this is the third use of learning cord cutting. Basically, in one sentence, if I have to explain it to you what is cord cutting, it means that we cut cords with all those things, all those people and all those memories which are no longer serving our highest good, which are no longer helping us grow, which are no longer helping us create good karmas. So this is what cord cutting is all about, and it is a very empowering process. It is a very healing process, and it is a very loving process, right? So as the workshop progresses, I will of course give you the details of how exactly cord cutting is done. But today I'm just explaining the concept to you, and I'm also emphasizing more on karma, because you have to understand karma in order to learn this complete concept. Okay, so coming back to karma, we have learned that we have to be careful of our actions, because actions can create karmas and karmic cords. We have to be careful of our words. We have to be careful of our thoughts, because thoughts too can create karma. Anytime if something bad is happening to us, we have to control our thoughts. We should not be like, I hope that this person should also learn this lesson. I hope this person also gets hurt. No. Karmic account, his karmic account will take care of what will happen with that soul, right? In the example which I took, for example, my boss's karmic account will take care of things, what will happen in his life. Tomorrow he might change his thoughts, he might change his actions, he might change his words, and accordingly his karmic account will also change. I don't have to think of that. I just have to keep my karmic account clear, and I just have to make sure that I make bonds, I make karmic cords which are uplifting and positive and not energy draining, and not something which will entangle me. Okay, so these were the three ways of creating karma. The fourth way of creating karma, according to our Vedas and Shastras, is that when we direct someone else to do something. So even though I am not hitting someone, I am asking another person to go and hit this person, whether in action or by words. Supposing I am telling him that, you go and fight with that person. So this is also my karma. Even though I am not fighting myself, but I'm provoking another person to go and fight, right? So that is why this is also my karma. This is the fourth way of creating karma and karmic cords. So that is why we have to be very careful of what we are asking another person to do. We have to be careful of our words, thoughts and actions. This is what you have to be aware throughout the duration when you are doing this workshop, and I will say even after that if possible. You really have to be aware of your actions, words and thoughts. Okay, so that was it for today, where we learned that what are the various ways of creating karma. Now if you were mindful of this, you would have understood that this means that we are constantly creating karma. To live is to create karma, because if I'm thinking, I'm creating karma. If I'm talking, I'm creating karma. Everything is karma. The choice is ours, that which kind of karma we want to create. We want to create energy sucking, energy draining karmic cords, or we want to create karmic cords which support and uplift us, right? So now I'm going to give you all one simple assignment which all of you have to do at least during the duration of this course, which is 18 days. Okay, for 18 days you definitely have to do this. Every morning when you wake up, you have to say this to yourself like a prayer. Okay, you have to say that today I am going to be fully aware of my thoughts, my words and my actions, and I'm going to be aware and I'm going to be so aware that I create only positive and good karmic connections and good karmas through my thoughts, words, and actions. Okay, so this is something which you have to say every morning and every night without fail. When you are going to bed, you have to just bring awareness of whatever you have done throughout the day, and you just have to say to yourself like a prayer that if today through my words, through my actions, or through my thoughts, if I have hurt someone or if I have created any negative karmic cord, then I am asking for forgiveness, and I am cutting and releasing and clearing those negative karmic cords. So this is one exercise which you have to do every day before sleeping and after waking up. Okay, now of course this does not mean that throughout the day you fight, you do whatever you want to do, you hurt people, you keep making negative karmic cords, and at night you're just cutting them. No, it does not work this way, right? Because your intention is what matters. Your intention is very important. That is why I explained this step to you, which is number 3, that your thoughts, your intentions have to be pure, right? So it is, we always have to, at night when we are saying this prayer, that if today I have done any action, if today I've spoken any words, or if I've thought any thoughts which have created negative cords, I am breaking, I'm cutting those cords, and I'm also asking the universe to help me remember this so that I don't repeat the mistake. I don't repeat the mistake again. So next time if this situation is there, I will be calm and I will not make negative cords. In fact, I'll put all my focus into maintaining calm and cutting the cords, right? So of course at night, every night you have to say that, you have to ask the universe or whichever God you pray to, that please give me the strength that I don't repeat my mistakes. Because then we are still at the same. If throughout the day we are making cords and at night if we are cutting, it does not happen that way, right? Because our intention has to be right. So anyway, that was it for today, where I explained to you the concept of karmic cord cutting, the fact that it is a very loving process, and we can also cut cords for relationship healing, and we can also cut cords for overcoming our fears. And I also explained to you that you every night and every morning you have to do this simple task, and you yourself will see that within 18 days you will become so aware, and you yourself will start building cords which are positive and uplifting. That was it for today. Thank you everyone.